Paul, congratulations yesterday with Miss Milner. An incredible day and great to get another Cheltenham winner.
Absolutely, David. I won't say it was a savage surprise, but just when things come together like that, it's great. The Mayor, in fairness to her, when she went over there in November, I was given out that she was sort of hiked up to £8 extra. She got £4 more for being second, so that's a £12 sort of a hike from her Irish mark from not having won a race. So, but listen, if she hadn't have got that, she wouldn't have got into it.
Yeah.
So and now as it is now, we're delighted because it doesn't matter if she never wins another race.
No, we're winning at the festival. And Paul, she's a tiny horse, and the last day in Leopardstown at Dublin Racing Festival, she got an unbelievably hard fall. She did, so just shows you how tough she is.
She did. She got an awful fall, and she had sort of a bit of a swelling at the back of her ear, and for a couple of days. But in fairness to her, she was holding her head to one side after for a couple of hours. But the next day she was unbelievable. She went out in her paddock and she was so much better. Still ate up very quickly and all. So she's just a tough bit of stuff, and that's what it's all about. Heart, Davy, and this one has her heart in the right place, and she's just very tough.
She does. She lacks the size, but not in the heart.
It's
a brilliant day for you, obviously, for James and all the team here in Toblerone Stables, but huge day for Jim Coffey and his sister Susan, and they put so much into it. Softcore, big supporters of the yard, and have been for a long time. So to have that day for Jim must have been unbelievable.
Absolutely. I mean, Jim and Susan and all in Softcore, they're very good to us and have been all along, and all the rest of our owners from the Browns, John Brennan, Phil Byrne, they're so good. Everyone that I have in the yard, I don't want to start mentioning people because everyone that are with us, and they've invested a lot of money with us, and we will repay them because it's we're getting better stock in, and we know that the better times are coming.
It's hard to believe that the last Cheltenham Festival winner, Paul, was Noble Prince.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one thing about that is there. I tell you one thing, I've T2, but the one thing about it is, that when you see the likes of Discorama and them horses, we have came close. Latest exhibition getting beaten in the fourth finish. So, but it's great to get there. It's great to have the ammunition to get there, and that's the one chance we're getting is to be able to sort of buy horses to give us a chance to get there, because every winner is important, but these big festivals are they make it just easier get up in the morning and make the whole thing worthwhile when you can take on the best.
Absolutely. Like you mentioned, Noble Prince, it seems so long ago now, but like you said, just touched off last year, our latest exhibition. Discorama came so close as well 2 years previous to that, so it just shows you how difficult it is to have one of these horses that can win on the big day.
And yet, no matter how short you're beaten, it's the very same as getting beaten by a point in an All-Ireland final. It's still no good to you. It doesn't sort of ease the pain of losing, and you're happy that your animal ran well and gave the owners a run for their money, but at the end of the day you're still beaten, and the celebrations are for the people that win. That's basically it, and it's all about winning, and that's it, and that's the great thing about racing. That's the great thing about having the people we have involved with us now. They're giving us a chance to get to these big meetings with decent animals.
Tell us a little bit about latest exhibition. He obviously didn't go to Cheltenham, so 3 more you're keeping him home for Fairyhouse. How is he?
Yeah, listen, I'd be probably happier with him now than I ever was, really. Christmas took a good bit out of him with that battle that he had with Monkfish. They were a long way clear of everything else, which has turned out a very good race since. Now, there will be issues with horse's scope and running not being right, but I think it was 56 or 57 lengths back to the third horse that day, and it took a bit out of our fella. And when he came back in February, I know we were beaten well and we were beaten fair and square, but I just think the same horse didn't turn up as was there at Christmas, and I'm hoping to God to get that same horse back again now come Fairyhouse, and hopefully to God there won't be any of the Cheltenham ones come out with the pack to take him on again, but that's what we're either going to go run in the novice race or in the Grand National. We'll make our mind up.
This lad here beside us, he won very impressively last weekend. Mercury Lane.
Yeah, Mercury Lane ran it. I'd say he's a horse that's improving. He's getting better with every run. I think that the cheek pieces the last day were they just helped him concentrate that little bit. And in fairness to De Bruyne, he said it the day in Cork that he'd put him on it, and we didn't put him on it the next day, and we were wrong, and he was right. And you know, that little bit of help I think was a big thing to him in Limerick the last day. Obviously it wasn't as good a race, but I just loved the way he was very straightforward, and I think he could be maybe a lovely staying chaser.
Good. Listen, Paul, well done yesterday, and hopefully there's plenty more winners to come, especially latest exhibition in Ferryhouse.
Thanks a million, Davey. Thanks.